The forgotten Black Kings of Europe? What they never told you about the Sun King, the Conqueror, and the Emperor of Rome. Royal lies, hiding in plain sight. These weren't obscure tribal rulers. These were the most famous kings in European history. And yet, there are early images, accounts, and family bloodlines that hint at swarthiness, darkness, or, as we know it, being black. Before the repainting, reprinting, and rewriting began, they were called the Sun King, the lawgiver of Rome, the conqueror of England. But what if I told you the monarchs we were taught to picture may have looked very different? They told you Europe's kings were fair-skinned, but the coins, the statues, the eyewitnesses, they say otherwise. What if I told you the most powerful rulers in Europe's history were not whitewashed by accident, but by design? Louis XIV, the Sun King, the man who ruled France for 72 years, the longest reign of any monarch in European history. He built Versailles, wore gold like armor, and was called the living image of the sun itself. But why do early paintings show him with golden brown skin, dark, tightly curled hair, and intense Mediterranean features? Foreign diplomats describe Louis as bronze by nature and full of fire. Even his royal emblem, the sun, traces back to ancient Egypt and Nubia, not France. The French court once depicted him as a solar god, but centuries later they turned him into a powdered ghost. Justinian I, the emperor who tried to rebuild the Roman Empire from Constantinople, a legend, a lawgiver, a saint in the Orthodox Church, and was called the last Roman. But in the mosaics of Ravenna, his skin is deep golden brown, his lips full, his eyes wide and shadowed. And the generals around him? Also dark warriors from the east. His own people called him Moorish in blood and Eastern in fire. So why do modern textbooks bleach his image, showing him fair-skinned and idealized? William the Conqueror, William of Normandy, the man who conquered England in 1066 and changed it forever, called the Bastard, crowned the Conqueror, but also described as swarthy or black. Chroniclers called him dark-featured, thick-set, and fierce-eyed. His knights fought alongside Moorish mercenaries in Sicily, and his descendants brought southern European blood into the English throne. The Normans were not just Vikings, they were traders, crusaders, and conquerors of Moorish lands. The erasement. Why does it matter what they look like? Because history is not just who won wars, it's who gets remembered. And for centuries, the elite repainted the past to fit a whiter, cleaner narrative. Coins were melted, paintings restored, books rewritten. The deeper the blackness ran, the harder they worked to erase it. But the truth always leaves traces. And now, with AI, we're beginning to see them again. Subscribe for more hidden history.